welcome back one last time this evening to the Xfinity Analyst Desk and ESL Pro League Season 6 opening week. Second matchup between SK Gaming and Immortals coming up, and it's going to be on Train, as Immortals try and run a 2-0 train on them, on their Brazilian brothers. We'll see how it goes. I'm still here with James, still here with Bears.
Thank you, Jason.
Fortunately, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
Just my luck.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Jason?
Yes.
I appreciate you. You know, I'm throwing
You couldn't
niceness.
think of anything funny to say, could you?
No, it's not about being funny. It's about appreciating you, Jason. Okay? Because you're always so nice. You know.
Okay.
And I appreciate that.
Kind of like SK's Train, right?
Yeah.
Renowned for that, what, 20 match win streak?
It's been a long time since that streak, hasn't it, though?
Yeah, but
it's long gone.
Yeah, but I like to focus on the past, right?
Yeah.
Just like keep leaning on it, you know, ride the coattails.
Yep, just like 1.6 career.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you talking to me or him?
Well, both of you, really. But you know, let's actually get into this, because it is a far cry from that like 19 or 20-0 run from SK and Train. And since Phelps has joined this roster, it's been pretty up and down. It hasn't been like a very solid map for them, so they've had to put some work in. And this could be a little bit of a dangerous map, considering what we just saw out of Immortals.
Yeah, we'll see how confident that the consistency of SK. I mean, they're known to be bouncing back. They can adjust. So maybe they'll just play more methodical this time instead of.
Well, hey, I've got some good news, because the players are getting hyped up. They're getting ready to play. We're going to throw the odds up on the screen really quick, so we just see if anything's changed.
Great news.
No, SK still favorites there, even after a pretty big beatdown on Cobble. A lot of faith in that SK team with good reason. Are you feeling SK is going to bounce back on this map?
I mean, I think if they do play a little more methodically on their T side, they have a chance. SK is also, Taco is amazing at inner.
Yep.
So, I mean, when they have a lot of utility, Taco will tell them, like, yo, let's just retake. I'll get one kill, stay alive. Also look out for Fur playing close E-box with Phelps, and then the Fallen and Cold Zera combo at Ivy. Making plays.
That is a deadly combination, isn't it, Eric? Fallen and Cold Zera.
Yeah, they have a lot of moves out there where they can. The one that I love the most is when whoever's the best spawn will smoke it, and then the other one will have counter flash just ready, and then just alt peek it, and then flash, and then run out. So easy kill. They're in, and then they're out.
Yep.
In and out.
Both of these teams, we talked a little bit before
in and
catch,
out.
Brazilian teams. Say it one more time for me.
In and out. In and out.
But Brazilian teams just love double op setups. Are we going to see more of that here? Like, what do we expect out of Immortals on their own train?
I mean, they're willing to pick the double up on T side, so you know
Yeah.
it's coming out on CT side.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, we're probably going to see multiple rounds with 4 ops. So.
I mean, I know you said SK should be more methodical on their T side, but with this Immortals, with the way we saw them attack that B bomb site on Cobble, how aggressive it is, just get into the bomb site, trade very, very effectively. Is that also a style that can work on this map, you know, considering if you can swarm those sites and get down the lanes quickly?
Yeah, I mean, methodical doesn't it's not synonymous with slow,
okay.
Right? Like, the way I saw SK playing, it was just kind of like, it seemed like disjointed, might be a better word. It was like, you're not going fast together, you're kind of going like fast in a disjointed fashion. So I think as long as they commit to playing 100% together, then they'll be good. Well,
good news. We're about to find out. We're going to bring in our casters again. Last map of the evening, boys. It's Scrawny and Launders.
That is us, Moses.
Do you guys have a name yet for the two of you?
Scronders?
Couple? I think it's a couple.
Scronders?
Laundry?
Where do I come into that?
I like laundry.
Laundry.
Oh, wait,
laundry.
The Y. I get the Y.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You make a lot of sense, Bears.
Tell you, I sound crazy, but I know I'm talking
quick
about.
wit, you're just like in and out. You know?
I'm in,
just in
and out. In and out.
There's
In and out.
method
In
to
and
the
out.
madness.
All right, take it away, boys.
Good
Enjoy
burgers.
the game.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Can't wait to see Ivy played properly for once.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
It's a very aggressive statement.
I ain't having to bring it up all the time because no teams want to play properly.
I'm just sick of talking about Ivy. If they play it properly, we won't have to talk about it. But then what are you going to talk about, Launders?
Yeah, that's a good point. Job done.
All right. Let's button things up on the casters desk.
Like figuratively, right?
Or literally, it's up to you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's be serious.
It's not nearly as fun though.
Or you're here to have fun? I'm not here to have fun.
No? You're here to be a professional.
That's right.
Not doing it.
Okay. I'm not going to respond to that with a snide comment because that'd be unprofessional.
It would be. All right.
Unlike me.
So, let's get real, Lunders. It's Train. It's SK. They just ate defeat.
Yeah.
And that's pretty unfortunate for them, seeing as Cobblestone was very convincing throughout the rest of the week. I was very convinced that they were actually going to pick up the win versus Immortals. I figured of all their opponents, maybe Immortals put up the biggest fight.
Yeah.
But I did not expect that fight to go their way. We switch over to Train. Obviously, we mentioned how in the past SK had that very victorious spree, a spree that has now come to an end. And so I don't really give much of an edge to SK just based on the map anymore. And if you go off of that most recent performance just on Cobblestone, well, all of a sudden, this 2-0 is kind of in question.
I think so. Except that there's no way that Immortals will beat SK on Train.
No?
I don't think so. Like, I don't know. For me, I guess I'm kind of biased. I still favor SK in a matchup versus Astralis on Train. I still think SK have the best Train in the world. I think they're the most consistent. They just have like broke so much ground on this map as well, and they've replaced FNX perfectly with Phelps, and he's like the exact right man they want to have be aggressive outside. So I think they're just as solid as ever, maybe even better than before. And I think even if they're maybe something's off, I think at least they'll have Train to fall back on. Is like we're definitely going to take this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if with that being said, if you had to give up a score here, I'm going to put you on the spot. Like, because I want to know not just, whether or not you favor SK, but how heavily you do so.
So like 16-11.
All right, so you just think Immortals are still going to be competent?
Because it seems like they're playing well, and also SK aren't doing everything right. Like,
yeah,
I think if there was one thing to point at about last map, it was that the B setups maybe were a little bit sketchy for SK, and the communication with Coldzera and Taco was kind of off for some reason. And even though it was Taco to have 120 ADR, a lot of their problems were at B, which is really strange, right?
All right. Something else that I kind of I'm now rethinking about is also the fact that again the economy for SK really played a factor in one of those halves, so that really did put them at a back foot. That can now just be completely flushed down the toilet, and they can try to reassert themselves. So I don't know. With your wizardry, you've somehow convinced me that maybe SK are going to be more formidable. And so, we shall wait for the second map to commence. In the meantime, sit back, relax, and enjoy a little action from the ninja himself. It's Forrest.
Yo, what up, everybody? I'm Forrest. I'm gonna take on the Betway Aim Challenge. I'm gonna do my best and see if you can beat my time. Let's go. And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. AK. I got AK like M4. Ooh.
No.
That's just unlucky.
Man. And Luko.
This is not a 30-second run. Tell you that much. Oh, bad movements.
Screw you, dude.
39.
Delicious.
That's fire service, sir.
Or pushes too.
Range.
Delicious.
Jag är fan från botten där alltså. De har insatt mig också.
Jag tror inte man kan inte. Ja. Nej, som jag förbi första gången. Jävla dumt.
Det går över så.
Okay, last try, then I'm done. Screw it.
Oh, I like his run, I like his run. That's just your skin. Jag vet inte om jag sitter ibland för matchen ska... nej. Nej.
Det är en björn. Det är orimliga för
Det där går inte. Det här går inte. 38.2222.
Now I'm done.
Hello. Welcome back to the ESL Pro League. One last map, Launders. That's all we've got here tonight. It's going to be a good one because SK shall seek revenge versus Immortals, a team that just picked up a win on Cobblestone prior to this fourth map. My goodness, I'm still trying to come down off of this. I mean, SK, they're my heroes, and they just lost out to their little brothers.
Oh yeah, why are they your heroes?
I just love good Counter-Strike, and I think that I mean, okay, let's get serious. SK is such a great story if you look at their background and their experience within the multiple iterations of Counter-Strike. They come into CS:GO as Kaboom back in the day. Flusha puts up money for them to come into the North American region and travel to the major qualifier, I believe, at the time. It's a fairy tale.
Yeah, and then Fallen with the Golden Chance tournament, and having Immortals come through, and then putting the whole country on his back, developing the scene, and then becoming the best team in the world in North America, where everyone said you couldn't do it with this practice, and that was all last year. 3 majors later, still the best team in the world. Made a roster change, survived it.
So do you still wonder why they're my heroes, Launders?
I didn't really wonder.
Oh, you didn't really care, did you?
I cared.
Okay. Well,
just wanted to make sure that you had good reasons.
I wasn't just pulling things out of nowhere. All right. You know what? In that regards, actually, that gives me a reason to enjoy Immortals for that extra level. Seeing as SK was a very big factor in their upbringing as well, right? They've believed in this extra little Brazilian project. They moved across the street from one another. This was like an extension of what is now SK.
Mm-hmm. This is Big Brother. Know that Kanye song, Big Brother?
No.
Big Brother, my big brother. Used to be Damon Big's brother.
Not my genre of music.
Why?
I'm into folk.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Name me one top folk track.
The Jolki Lula Hile.
Uh-huh.
It's a Swedish folk song.
Actually?
No.
I've been listening to Swedish jazz.
Have you?
Yeah.
Why?
I figured that when you listen to any type of jazz, it expands your mind. Makes the gray matter thicker.
Okay.
So, and Swedes are pretty good at CS. Not anymore. No Swedes in the top 10. No, I'm
got him.
Except for Robin, the coach of FaZe.
Very good point. All right, Launders.
Sad time, actually, for Sweden.
Jokes aside, rip. So, a pistol round is about to unfold, and it includes 10 Brazilians. 5 of which, at least for SK, are all grouped up towards this B site. They've got themselves the smoke and a quadruple flashbang to entry into the site. Bolt's fully blind, but a great grenade does so much damage. And now SK are just trying to close this gap. They're trying to push forward into the bomb site, where Fur's able to catch 1 headshot already. But again, SK tagged up heavily before this retake gets rolling, which now it shall, as Immortals already find 2. Henny trying to fall back as Taco takes the head of both Lucas and Steel. They've swung it back to their favor, leaving only KNG, but it's Fallen himself, the grandfather of Brazilian CS. And he's going to have to get the man off of the bomb. KNG's trying to stick it, and Fallen sticks him instead. SK take the pistol.
Very standard stuff. Smoke that Z connector, push up, try to get kills. Wow, that was nuts. Lucas gets his face taken off. And everybody just has to move up, try to get kills. There's a lot of emphasis on individual play in a situation like that, and they follow through. So not only do they get the bomb down, they get the round win. Tons of money in their hands. Immortals is going to be forcing up, as we can see from the bird's eye view, the scout on the backs of what's probably either Henny or KNG. And oh, it's actually a technical pause. I'm like, wow, it's a bit early to try and think about what strategy needs to be reworked.
The pause is over. The gameplay continues.
Continues, indeed.
And it is, indeed, Hen1 having the scout. But it's also KNG.
Huh.
You were right twice.
Or wrong place. Or, I don't know. I'm going to go with right. How are they going to use these UMPs is the question. Leading the B hit. It's actually Taco to get a little bit more aggressive. Again, anything works on an eco. I think the only time it's your fault is when you get too split up to trade. Won't see that being a problem for SK. A scout inner might be kind of annoying, but going to be difficult for it to have an impact.
Bolts is up close. He's got T's wrapping behind him, still able to find one for capable of the trade frag. And oh, he wants more. He just goes charging through. It costs him.
With the AK.
Oh my goodness, it's been given away. Steel with the Kevlar, and 39 points of health gets his hands on it. Of course, Taco, poor Taco, he's pinned in the bomb site. He's got that other AK, and Steel wants his head as he starts to walk up on him. Taco's able to escape, but down he drops. Steel with the kill, and now it's all on Fallen. 1v4. Again, man on bomb already. Henny tries to tap this off. Fallen stops the first, but there we go. Immortals with the upset.
I've never seen such an overt error from SK in my life. What did Fur just do? Why would that be a friendly smoke to push through? They weren't down a man. He was not in danger of getting flanked. He didn't know that, but what was the... Man, and then the AK goes and gets another kill. I mean, they, 4v4. All they have to do is stay back. That is so uncharacteristic. A buy-up in response. SK in shambles.
Shambles launchers. Could it happen again? Immortals certainly want SK to think so.
Come to think of it, why didn't he just get a MAC-10 if he wants to do something like that? He always gets a MAC-10.
Maybe he thought he had a MAC-10.
Maybe he thought he had one. Conditioned himself.
You played yourself.
That's a DJ Khaled moment.
Coldzeras wants to walk into the A site. Looks like Immortals are going to allow for this, but they spot it, so puts his head back down the gopher hole. Phelps goes into the B site, meets Bolt's MP9, which almost flicks for another frag, but that's 2 quick kills to the favor of Immortals, and 2 players left to deal with. Henny working his way to the side of the smoke as Taco plants this bomb. He's going to puncture his way through, finds the man blind, and Immortals, they're capable of converting. They will take it to 2-1.
SK get a plant. They did buy up, so the plant was the very minimum they could leave this round with and feel good. It's going to be a cleanup round, a free one for Immortals, but they have 3 rifles. I imagine they'll hang on to the scout. If not, opportunity to build some more bank here. On top of the defuse, excuse me.
You're excused.
And another tech pause. SK is having trouble at home.
They heard your hiccups and are looking to give you time to compose yourself.
That's how nice they are.
Very humble folk.
Do you like any of their folk music? Reconnect to the server. Deagles are dropped. I wonder how we see what, like stylistically, what their approach is to a full-on eco, especially on this map. Ivy is a great way to close the distance. If someone isn't watching for 3 seconds, you can get all the way up Ivy. T-Con is kind of like you're always in danger, so it's not as friendly to pistols, but a deagle is nice for trying to take a duel versus someone like Train Stopper or someone who... Any duel that a scope would pick T-Con from is one that a deagle will always peek. So anyone to the back of Hell or Train Stopper or T-Con, sometimes catching people jumping the ladder like Sean Gares got punished for doing all those times from Yell.
I still can't get over that deagle play we saw in Cash earlier tonight from Misfits.
4 Deags.
Filthy stuff. Again, I think that Cash is just a great map for deagles. I don't know what it is, but I can't help but feel like whenever you see full deagle setups, it's on that map.
Like you feel in your mind that they might win.
Yeah, it seems like the deagles are just very capable, and it feels like every time I see a team buy 5 deagles, it's on Cash, as if they're conscious of the fact.
Well, I think there's just I think all you have to do is think about how easy the map is on T side.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you feel like a map is easier on T side, it's probably a lot of room to win in a default. There's 5 people. They can all find spots to, like, they all like go into a default. I play B, one goes boost. A deagle on boost is amazing. A deagle A main is amazing. A deagle and squeaky is amazing. Train is just like yeah, in T-Con you have that pick for a Train Stopper, for T-Con and for Ivy, but those duels are super long range, really difficult to win.
Look at them deags.
Went all out. And single smoke on Taco. Where's Taco at? Outside the top ladder.
Fallen tries to find bolts early on. Will create a distraction enough for him to go upper.
Oh.
Fur finds that opening headshot.
There it is, Train Stopper.
Oh! To KNG as well.
And then? Oh.
No, sir. Wants the third, but instead he goes down. Phelps, though, he's able to find another, and that's an AK in their hands. Bolts, in the meantime, had gotten up that ramp behind Fallen and drops a man in response.
Oh my God. Fallen's in here like a CT already. Sit behind spools.
Creeping and crawling along this B site. Now, they have revealed presence towards A, and I'm assuming that Bolts thinks, I wrapped all the way up ramp, I cleared ladder, there's no way there's someone on B already. Yeah. But sure enough, Fallen's back there, and he's going to play the long con.
And they can just make a lot of noise here. Fallen might just wait for rotate back, knowing that B is completely clear. This might be the safest option, assuming they're holding flanks. And in the meantime, bring the bomb back here.
Smart play, both CTs inbound. He's going to have to hold his own. Henny gets executed, and now it's all on Bolts. He's to the top side, he jumps down, sprays, and connects another.
What?
What a headshot, all on Phelps with the AK. No armor to play off of, and Bolts just goes charging in. He might get caught off guard by this, as he doesn't have a kit. He'll have to flick to the head of Phelps, and it's Phelps to win the duel. SK off of the deco, bounce back to 2.
Fur just waits for the second. Ooh, E-box. And then falling off the train. Oh my God. That is so rough. I love how he didn't even respond to KNG falling, just like, you can't fall sideways. Bud. Land right in my arms.
So there we go. SK able to work one back.
Good nade. Quality nade. Tremendous nade.
And an impactful op already. Henny finding Phelps over on Ivy's side. Immediately actually moves himself and just kind of pries over towards T-Con. Steals, in this time, feeling some grenades. What's going on with that fire?
Really tough game to play that ladder area. Now down a man who actually left Fur at Ivy. They're really relying on entries here, and they lose that opening frag. I mean, that should be it. Fur is gonna soon have to come through, though.
Smoke grenade goes down. Bolts goes round. Fallen to the back side of the ladder is zoomed in. Bolts just fires off, finding the first, and Cold stops him in his tracks, but then it's traded back. So Fur is all that's left. 1v4. Sure enough, he's got himself behind them, but you can see now KNG's aware of this window.
Yeah, 4 players up, there really is no behind you anymore. Like that's what you realize, obviously. Your team dies. You need someone to cause a distraction for anything like this to be effective. And Fur's got a whole nade set to work with, which won't do him any good. Oh, wow. I think he might have spotted the shadow of KNG. Takes a step as well. And, you know, this is from home, so those steps are much harder to hear on land. Counter-terrorists win. Manages to save the AK. It's tough. You play with a man down, you hit in her with 3 people. Coldzera, or excuse me, Taco here is like expected to get the first kill, otherwise it's just way too hard to win. And then if it is the case that a hero play is made, Taco gets 1, maybe 2, maybe 1 stays alive and make sure they don't push. Then Fur gives them an opportunity to win the round with a flank as big as that, like not even one that comes through Z.
Resets have been the kryptonite of SK here tonight. And yet again it happens.
Surprised to see Fur playing this angle so close up.
Lucas wants to kill. The shadow gives him away. Fur able to respond. React. On top of that, Steel fully flashed, tries to hide by E-Box, but down he goes. This is SK just pushing right through this defense. Smoking off the off as Fallen finds the bomb plant and puts SK to the 5v3. With a double op setup in play, you can't help but feel this save is tantalizing.
And because Henny has such a long line of sight and knows, like, it's right by where the bomb is planted, wants to stick around just for a second to see if any bad mistakes are made by SK, but there are none. And for now, it'll just be up to SK to see if they want to chase, which it seems like they're poking around, but at the same time, don't want to give up too much. Ooh, KNG looking to throw a smoke for some reason. The round is lost. Looks like no extra kills to be had right now. And that was a much better round. That was a really great flash to blind Bolt. I mean, or Steel, excuse me, at E-Box, completely blind. There was nothing he could do. And Fur find a really cool angle where he doesn't have to watch the left side of the train because you see the shadow first from there. It's very important to be cognizant of that stuff because you can't see your own shadow. So it takes a team to learn it. Full smoke execute outside, no IV control taken, and SK are executing.
Steel's already got himself to the other side of the smoke. He's just hoping they start to cross. They do. Taco caught off guard. Phelps wants to go charging in. Steel's still here until Fallen catches the headshot. And then finds his plan.
Oh my gosh.
KNG will find Fallen and the next. Phelps down for the count as Bolts tries to get on bomb. The op reigning supreme as the entirety of the SK camp go down. Just great stuff there. KNG holding it back from Ivy. It looked like he wanted to fire through the smoke. If only he knew. He was still able to pick up both kills on both Fallen and the man behind him.
What's interesting to me is that he really did submit himself to that smoke and waited patiently until it dissipated before doing any kind of play or like trying to take a shot. And yet, for some reason on SK's execute, they didn't have it set up so that their players would be set up in after plant positions and away from Ivy before the smoke dissipated. So the timing was a little off there, even though they didn't have that much disturbance outside. The one player pushed up, went 1 for 1, and they got the bomb down pretty smoothly.
Fallen finds Steel, tries to get aggressive on upper B. Of course, we have had 4 consecutive rounds swinging back and forth between these teams. And this is Immortals' chance to now stabilize as Hen1 finds Fur. But Ivy. That's been a very important focal point. Whether it's confidently played or just completely left alone. coldzera finds an opening into the B site. Hen1 goes jumping through the flames. Ambitious shot, but still standing until Taco takes him out. Man advantage back for SK, but the bomb's nowhere to be found, and the Immortals are just grouped together inside connector.
This is interesting. They don't know it, but they do have a chance to win. SK have put himself in a position where they are looking to get lurky because they can't actually escort the bomb to inner, and KNG finds a frag. This could get tricky right here. It seems like such a big advantage, but I think, oh wow.
Timing. Fallen up close.
Was he spotted? Yeah, he was.
Taco catches an still time for this. Fallen drops that bomb. Lucas just needs to stay up here. 15 seconds to the clock.
He jumps back.
Double flash.
Oh, he gets all the way to T-Con train. Really good stuff.
But he actually stays behind blue. Taco will have to force the plant. Time is there. And he comes off of it. That shot from Taco reads it.
No way.
Hears it coming.
Dude.
And clotheslines him off the train.
Wow.
Woo!
Damn. Oh, Lucas is gonna be so mad, dude. Who would do that? 4 seconds left, he would have been able to put the bomb down and decided that Lucas is gonna bite on this. I know he's close by, he's going to peek. Damn, dude. 1 second left.
You know Taco's green.
People would always say, like, people would always say, if you have time to put the bomb down, you put it down, and especially in that situation, you just go for the after plant. Lucas would have killed him in that situation. It was the right play. And it was just a hard read, and sometimes you have to do that. I would say it ends up being like 20% or 10% of the time. That was just the correct move to make.
Such an epic moment as well as it continues this trend of back and forth rounds. Clearly shows in the buy of Immortals, but that's not going to stop Steel. He's still able to open up shop with that opening frag. Of course, he has one of 3 guns. KNG the biggest.
Hero of last round is out. Lucas set to watch one of the more difficult parts of this map with just a deagle. And Phelps loves to come through this mode. Oh, whoa. Damn.
Phelps flicks. Bombs dropped. coldzera yet to entry. 30 seconds to the clock, so SK have to make this happen. Steel finds another, and the Immortals, they've done it. They've reset SK yet again. That's 6 now, Launders.
On a force-up like that. Damn, just abusing ladder. And a ladder is a mix-up game, but you know, you don't want to see people dying by themselves going down ladder, especially not 2 in a round where you have the rifles. That is really rough. Wow. Obviously want to say there's better options for them, but it's not something you see from SK all the time.
So the Deagles make a reappearance. 2 of them are already down. These ops starting to pay off already. KNG knows he's on the right side. That's when Cold is able to strike. So hook, line, and sinker on that bait. Cold sees the man up high as well. Executes another, but he's out of rounds. Phelps, 1v3. Bomb, left to the side.
Nope. What was it? That was a headshot. Oh my god.
My god. Finally, Immortals able to stabilize with some kind of
Not only stabilize, that's a double save situation for SK. Huge round to win. Wow.
I mean, we've gone force buying. That was force buy 7 rounds consecutive, back and forth. So finally, Immortals now able to put SK in the hurt locker. It's just going to be the P250s and the single flash on this one. So Immortals should now be able to get themselves back into this lead, extend it fully. I mean, SK, we're keeping them in a really tough spot because that's tough on the CT side. You want these big buys. KNG up close, goes down. Phelps finishes him off with the Glock and then swaps to the op. He's gonna trade it over. What do they do from here? Because despite that being a small window of opportunity, an AWP is certainly something to play with.
As we can see, the T's and CT's facing off. Very much parallel to each other. No one forward aggressive at A. Back lanes at B as well. IV control, however, taken. Given and taken. And Lucas has a powerhouse behind him in Henny to just hold on to this angle while he's escorted, which is now safe to do. They are walking back to him. Oh, have started moving faster.
That alerts him of their presence, so he sprays them both down, but then Fallen still able to best him. Another weapon retrieved here to the SK camp. Fallen out onto the A site, but the bomb en route to B. There's still a player there, that's Steel. Fallen distracts, and Steel holds the line. This could be massive. He just has to stop the bomb. Fur dropped the process. Taco, all that's left, and down he goes. Immortals on crowd control.
Yeah, solid attempt there. We saw KNG spot Fallen jumping out. No one gave him that pick once that was known. And good positioning from Steel to hold upper here. Really good, as you can see, to both stop a plant and get a multi-kill. I think he fell off by accident, almost certainly. But that can be a great spot, especially if you know that no one's coming upper. And if they do come upper, you stop that threat right away.
Fast entry into A. Steel gets the best of Cold Zera straight out the gate.
I think they maybe plan to follow him right after, but we're actually making their way to ladder. Potentially to do that. Now we're just changing up real quick again, going inner. Barely any nades. Fallen, just gonna be sitting here with the op.
Bolts wants to stop this though. He catches an early headshot, only to be responded back upon. So it's gonna be this forward stance from Taco that really looks to hinder the CTs, but Steel to the backside. Responded upon, Taco dropped thanks to the op, and there we go again. Immortals just cleaning up on these retakes.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder why SK decided to play so simplistically on this round, having Cold go out off one flash and look for a frag. I think Steel was blind though on his way to ladder, and you could say that looks like a favorable engagement and maybe a different round if he gets that trade. But after he doesn't do it, they quite simply changed it completely. I think tried to adapt on the fly and go for a fast inner hit. And weren't interested in looking for other information or just making a play individually to try to even up. And Immortals just fully ready for it. Just a solid inner hold, not getting caught off guard whatsoever. It's a new season, boys.
Yeah. Double op setup and a dak.
Oh, no, not three. Oh, my God.
Easy for Steel. He just executes them all. The Immortals don't even give up a single point of health until Bolts just hurts himself. So because I said it. Oh, the flash goes into the corner, so he doesn't have to look away.
Oh, was that even a flash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's very unfortunate. I think in real life, the light would have bounced off the walls better.
Definitely.
In real life, SK would have won that round. Maybe. He would have ended up spraying wildly, probably would have got one anyway, but...
Scouting pistols. Still...
What would have worked there is that molly for the door that they throw out the window.
Yeah, the one that we saw Misfits utilizing.
That's the situation you want that thing for.
Steel gets flashed into T-Con, so an easy kill to Fur. Lucas. Oh, Lucas.
Dak.
Oh, Lucas. Pouring salt in their wounds. Nothing SK can do about that. At least not in this round. I mean, they come in with only pistols. So this outcome goes as expected.
Damn. just getting dumpstered. This just really just seems like SK should be on the other side of this. I couldn't have higher praise for their train, but it seems like things aren't the same right now, at least.
I mean, again, we had that very back and forth, you know, section of this half, and then ever since Immortals have stabilized, we have had no response from SK.
Yeah, it's true.
So they had their moment to shine, and now they're back in a big buy. Maybe this will be enough. They still have those 3 scope rifles to deal with.
This is something a lot of teams do. This is originally Fnatic, which just... Oh my god, Henny getting so aggressive inside.
Oh, look at that movement. Falls back as Phelps overwhelms Lucas. Henny finding 1, but Phelps taking 2.
And what looks like a potential inner split? Oh wow, Fur coming around a weird side of the train.
And Fallen's already posted. So yes, once they do get a massive buy, SK finds success, but it's still Hen 1 with a chance here until Fallen blasts him into the side of the wall. So that's that. SK able to grab something towards the end of the half. 5-10's the score. Certainly could have been more for either of those teams with that wishy-washy portion, but in order to watch the rest of the game, you guys are going to have to stay tuned. We'll have a short break in between halves, and we'll catch you back here at the ESL Pro League.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, the City of Odense, GeForce GTX, Lenovo Legion, Bedway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
So, mirrored outcomes in the opening half of both of these maps. SK Gaming incapable of converting a single point. Constant resets, Launders.
Constant resets.
It hurts.
It hurts. A pistol round and an eco as well.
Yeah.
To their name. An eco of which they couldn't follow up with another rifle round. They couldn't even anti-eco properly on the second round.
Very tough stuff. A beast is what Immortals have been in this half. I mean, just lots of very confident plays, I would say, over towards that B site. What stood out to me was the amount of times that even though we'd find SK down into the bomb site, Bolts was so content with just swinging wide on the side of the site and then just trying to like skewer anything that SK could try and establish. Towards the end, we start to see these very, you know, clutch moments. There was actually a lot of those moments that seemed like they could have gone either way. And unfortunately for SK, it's just Immortals coming out on top tonight.
Dude, 3 players on SK with... Coldzera has 4 frags, man. 3 players with less than 50 ADR. Wow. Like 60 is the marker of like you can win the game, but the guy who has 60, that's kind of the lowest they can get typically. Yeah. And this is
as
just
seen
like
over here on the side of Immortals.
Right, exactly. There, KNG 60. So like that's a consistent trend. And for 3 players to have 40, I mean, I'm surprised SK even have 5 rounds, to be honest. Kills aren't everything, but they tell a story, for sure.
What they would give for a pistol round. I'm sure they're looking for it. And Immortals are looking for the A site. They've already managed to work their way out T-Con. At least KNG has. The rest of the players now joining him as Fallen to the top side connects to the head of Henny. Tries to fall back, and kills go every which way, but it will be Steel to look to assert himself. Down to the 3v1. Lucas with the bomb. And a chance at some frags. Taps. Swaps to the USP. Getting boxed in though. And there we have it. It's a matter of time once they know exactly where he is and SK can really get around him. So SK do pick up their pistol, but they did that in the first half.
That's true.
We can't get ahead of ourselves.
It doesn't mean much, not quite yet. We'll see. Imagine Immortals are going to buy up. I don't actually. Yeah, Deagle armor, Tech 9 armor. Okay, 3 people getting armor pistol. Very healthy buy, I think. Everyone else getting a gun. And we did see SK win an eco round as well as Immortals. Small opportunity for a headshot from Bolts. The SK players getting quite aggressive on T-Con, putting the pressure on. Still not letting them rest, and it's working out well.
Yeah, Fallen's able to open up on 2.
Wow. He is just,
he's had enough.
He's whole W. Yeah, he's had enough.
Finds Lucas as well, swapping guns. Doesn't spot the bomb as it's just tucked away behind Dumpster. Oh, my. Nice frag.
So much damage.
Henny dropped back, so Steel's all that's left here. SK able to convert and starting to close that gap already. I mean, this is still the CT side of Train. It was 5-10 on their T half, which, considering Immortals, really shut them out on multiple fronts, could have been a lot worse. They're in a decent spot to make this comeback happen.
I think specifically this will be very difficult for Immortals on T side. Yeah, I mean, SK are going to have the CT side is just going to be easier for everybody, play your spots type of thing. They also all have roles that they understand that has not changed. Taco is going to play B the same way he always has. T side is obviously a lot more coordination, and so that's the kind of the onus is on Immortals in that sense to prove that they do have it together.
coldzera is getting hyper-aggressive. Spots not just Henny, but the bomb to boot. Taco to the top side of the box hall, finds another, and another, but then stops, as he should. Steel catches him on the exit, but I mean, what more are you going to do without your bomb? Maybe find Phelps, as he's caught down to 4 HP. There's a scary opportunity right now. But not anymore. Bolts is alone. So, Phelps takes him. And there we have it. Immortals, they're going to get into their guns. They've gotten the tough part out of the way. Giving up those 2 points off of the conversion, but it's AKs and an AWP in their hands.
We'll see 1 rifle upgrade, I think, and 2 UMPs, 4 buys left in the hands of SK. The AWP and Fallen. Fallen has been playing definitely very, very well, I would say. Just as aggressive, and I think we kick it off right here with him getting... It's actually coldzera moving up to one of his favorite spots in Ivy. Ooh.
Phelps gets pushed back. That allows Henny to already double down. KNG with a kill. The guns of Immortals have found a massive opening to the A site. Last 2 CTs split. Taco's on retreat. coldzera's got something to work with. That's the AWPer down.
Wow, I just want to almost see those entries one more time. Well, ladder was a huge deal. It felt like SK were only comfortable in their setup if their ladder players stayed alive. Fallen was really out in the open, which he's always going to do, but just gets straight up sprayed down. Blink and you'll miss it. Immortals going so aggressive.
Why? Steal. Denied. So that's actually a big opportunity because SK moving 2 guns forward, AWP included. That's great for the next setup.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the Henny peaks. Of course, he gets 2, right? 1 immediately off the lane, thanks to the boost. And the second one is he just charges into the bomb site. The man forced off ladder, never sees it coming.
Yeah, Phelps got put in a really awkward spot there. So that he shied away from the nade, and then he refused to stay in ladder. I think maybe, I don't know, people throw all kinds of nades, but oh wow, you've been catching Falling trying to push the ladder. They threw all the perfect counter nades to support him, but he beat the spawn.
KNG just
out
goes
the fire.
Oh, nothing stops him.
Playing like a dead team.
He's able to get a kill. Bolts. He wants the next one. Flashbang to the side of the site. Everybody's blind, T's included. Bolts to smoke off Ivy, where he does have a teammate lingering. KNG. He's gonna boost up, deals damage. Fur takes him down, but Bolts responds back, and it's a 3v2 for Immortals. Bomb getting into T-Con. And CT's into sight, or at least Taco is. Ooh, and he finds Bolts with a headshot as well. So Lucas tries to spot the kneecaps, but Taco's gone. SK forfeiting the A site for Immortals.
Considering their options here. Henny clearing everything, waiting for somebody to come down that ladder quickly or slowly. And I don't know it, but SK are happy with them planning. Oh, wow. Just a matter of timing. Taco and Lucas find each other. I don't know what this means, though. Henny moving into inner. Taco running back. He's going to hear this right about now. Oh, spotted. Is he going to run into this?
I think Taco sees him back.
Yeah, is expecting him to have to run, considering there's a teammate alive.
He's going to go for the plant. Taco's going to go to the top side, or at least he plays the ladder. Fur on ramp already. Henny needs some cover to play with, but he also needs this shot, and he lands it. It's all to the 1v1.
It's not planned for him.
And he sees the man, but he gets tagged up. 29 health. Fur onto the bomb. He's going to stick this. It's down to 2 seconds. He has this flash, and Henny gets outplayed. SK take the round despite losing all 5 players.
Little did he know he could have pushed up to the right and not have gone all the way around the train to stop that defuse. But I think he thought when he planted the bomb, he didn't plant for anything, and therefore he had to just assume that Fur was going to fake it.
What a wild round that was, but a costly scenario for SK.
Indeed.
Immortals are able to rebuy themselves. The dig on Lucas, but an op on Henny. KNG, who charged out of ladder room last round, has already gotten into position, and Fur up close gets taken out. KNG tries to take the next, but it's Phelps to respond with a 2K, and he smokes off the ladder room. Henny with an op, though. He finds another frag. Steel takes it from him. Phelps is in a big position. He sees a lot of bodies, bomb included. Now it's dropped.
Phelps is so good, dude.
He's still above here. Steel just hoping he offers it up.
Watch him just ace. Like, he get a headshot angle here if he pushes up more.
Flick shot near connects. Lucas is up close, and Steel shuts this down. So the 2v2 is what's on the table. But Taco's what's on the site. Wary of his backside as coldzera goes for the long lurk. If Immortals aren't fast enough here, they are going to get pinched on. And obviously Lucas with a full bar has Steel on 10 HP. Lucas could get blindsided. coldzera spots it, sprays, and finds it. Opper on 10 health. Needs to come up big, but the CT's already crossed. That should be it. Wow. And it is.
He's
Cold.
So smart. Oh, he hides himself perfectly. Like, he went off to the wall knowing that this is exactly where he would be expected to peek, and then just waits. That's so smart. Wow.
So SK win another crucial moment. That's back-to-back rounds where they come out on top of really tight situations. Phelps stepping up in a big way that round.
Yeah, after losing that 5v4, getting the 2 kills on his way back from ladder to pick up for Fur, who died. There was no one to support Fur, though. I don't really like those setups where one person plays outside ladder by themselves without the E-Box crossfire, because even the E-Box guy can challenge T-Con if necessary, and to have someone that far away on CT side, I never like that. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me itchy.
Itchy?
Yeah.
Like a wool shirt.
Exactly.
Or a fresh haircut.
Fresh dude.
Phelps finds bolts. Of course, this is just pistols for Immortals, so it should be quickly quelled. Lucas has other ideas. He finds one. Fur, well, he bounces back with another kill already, so should be 11-11. Most certainly will be. SK is starting to stabilize on the CT side.
Finally. Tied up in rounds. Looking way more solid. Couple of rifle rounds. The eco to help boost their economy. Buy on each person. Phelps needs a drop, but that's it. Immortals buying down to 0. Seems as though the world, everything is in order. On their default, it's going to be Henny looking for someone to push up aggressively inside, and Taco's actually here. He's creeping up. He might want some of this. Nope. Realizes he got there a bit late, doesn't have a flash of support. I was going to wait for steal, actually, even though Henny was covering it. Taco had a better angle.
Good play by Taco. Posts up on the angle he knows he can afford. And Fur fully flash finds bolts. KNG, he wants that retreat, but Fur's gonna hold the line. He knows better, and Fallen takes it, so it's up to Henny up close. And Fur blasts him from beneath.
Can't control the stray. Lucas goes down. SK take a lead, and they keep 5 alive. Entire rebuys across the board. Immortals will have to go up against at least 2 rifle rounds now to earn themselves a save and have to give up another round where they're barely going to have the opportunity to even do damage. Just a lonely flash on Henny. Half armor on bolts. And the will to go outside.
Fallen finds the first, but then loses his head. Fur to trade back, Phelps as well. KNG's got something to play with, but that rapid clash does still net Immortals the 2K. Taco.
Damn.
You can't hide. So there we go. SK, as they should have, win the round versus Pistols. Immortals just wanted to get it out of the way, wanted to deal a couple bits of damage, and they did. We'll give them that. Nice deeks. But it's still SK with a 2-point lead. Now 3 ops in play.
If anyone crosses the ladder, they do want to get aggressive, and these spawns are working out really well for Immortals. Always having the opportunity, and even though Bolts just went up there to look to see if he could bait some bullets, he got what he answered, or he got what he asked for, and a little bit too much of it, to be honest. Good nade in response, however, to take Fur down to half HP.
Good read, expecting that Fur would push up close.
Yeah, he has been playing there.
Yep. And the fact that he's chasing the kill.
Right.
As he tags Bolts up for half. If you want to fight, here's a nade. Right now, Immortals look like they want to pinch onto A.
Definitely posturing for it. KNG's got an op at Ivy, and there is no presence here. Gonna walk up with freedom, not gonna see any counter nades in the meantime. Don't know where people are looking on A site. KNG letting them know, though, after throwing that smoke out. Fallen, opping from sandwich as he likes to do. Not spotting any boosts, and ooh, KNG gonna get shot in the side. Wow, that would have been a
flub
tragedy.
4v4. Smokes into the B site. Looks like Immortals just hoping to clasp onto this bomb site. Taco will hang on. Dear life. Henny doesn't pull the trigger, but Fur is there. Lucas finds him, and Taco bounces back with a frag of his own, stops the plant. There's 10 seconds left, and Taco's still standing. Bolts able to get it in, but Lucas removes him as he tries to wrap round. Fallen and Cold, 2v3 turn 2v2. Up close, the op shot does not connect, but the spray certainly does. And Cold Zera's down into this. Clutch on the menu. Cold Zera with a 3K and another round for SK.
Bolts tries to dig it.
Denied.
take that fight. Coldzera happy to do it. Doesn't have to look around for his prey. Runs down the ramp. And this is actually, what is this, 14-11? That we're looking at now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh wow, critical juncture in the half. Immortals though actually are able to buy. I didn't expect that. Doing a good job with their money.
Rapid round here as Immortals just look to get into the A site, but the fire holds them back. Lucas still capable of catching Phelps with a headshot, and Lucas is so close to the site, but it's Bolts to take the next one. Fallen's op still empty-handed, and now he's down. Henny answering back and taking it just to Taco. A 1v4 coming into the site. He's already been revealed, and down he's dropped. That's SK giving up a round as Immortals just go flying into that site.
Lucas is one strong entry man. We saw it on Cobble when he came out Long B. He was able to do that by himself. Seemed very confident as well. Was never holding down the trigger too hard. And running outside there, clean headshot to open up the site. And making so much room for himself once he's able to kill our man, just our E-Box player. Knowing that he can get up kind of through the middle and punish at least one more person. SK have bought here 2 ops. Ooh, Taco making the most of it. Was gonna say without utility and Henny missing an opportunity. A tough flick, but it looked like he was close in the foot of a player. As Fur realizes he's been spotted. Whoa.
Henny caught out in the open, just couldn't find some cover, so Fallen and Phelps then take this back down to the 5v2. KNG, the next in line as Lucas is all that's left. And this, no way in hell. SK, they've got themselves OT. Lucas would love to save, but SK, they want their hunt.
Always alive, now last to die. Lucas gets taken now. A match point for SK. The comeback on CT side is very real. Can take a look at how many rounds or what the rounds have looked like. Kill distribution is tight for SK. 14 to 18. It was really bad at the beginning. And now Immortals have nothing. They've got 2 decals, a UMP. Some utility. It's funny that SK decided to buy 2 ops in spite of not having a lot of utility. Interesting choice.
Works out, as does the flash, but Lucas's D-goal. Well, that stops him in his tracks. Ice cold. Fallen, though, at least he's got the information that there were players there. Phelps feeling antsy.
Interesting choice to push in that situation. Knowing that Immortals will be low. Relatively effective nade. 3 people up here at Ivy. They need to know that someone's here to challenge. What was that shot from Taco?
A beauty, Launders. That's what it was, as Fur stops 2. And that's all that Immortals have left as they get flashed into Ivy. Fallen up close with a shot astray, dropped out of this one, but now it's Henny, and he too killed. SK able to close things out and split some maps after eating a defeat from Immortals. They're able to do it. Train is the name of the game.
They saved themselves from going even in Pro League. From 3-2 to now 4-2. It's a very big difference. I mean, it's very important to have a strong start. I mean, it seems like the season has just started, but these losses will really count against you hard, especially if you're a team that's looking for playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, a win now is as much as a win at the very last point of the season, right? So it's better to get those victories under your belt. SK obviously content with winning one back, but Immortals can't be ashamed. That was a very convincing win on Cobblestone to start off the series. And, of course, now that Train is over, we're going to hand this one back one last time to the analyst desk so that they can tell you guys what's up.
It looked like that was going to be just another wipeout by Immortals. That first half from them was so oppressive, but a comeback from SK. 11-2 run in that second half to finally win it 16-12. That's impressive stuff. They had to dig deep for that, though.
SK did have to dig deep, and the whole match, I was kind of thinking that it's almost kind of like Cobble, where there's a lot of aim battles, a lot of fast exchanges, and so it was a good job by both teams, but SK managed to pull out the win.
Yeah, I don't think we saw one traditional, full execute on either side. I think we might have seen. Actually, we did. We saw one execute, and I think I'm going to outline that round soon in the replay. It was
Can't wait for that.
It was against a force buy, but we saw one execute, and it was against a force buy, and they lost that execute.
Well, you mentioned it's part of what happens when you have these regional matchups. That sometimes you do have to get a little bit looser. Sometimes you do have to be a little bit weird in your style because they know it's coming. I mean, that's something we even see in like North American versus North American teams.
I mean, they probably played against each other so many times in practice and in matches
and
that
on the same team in the past.
And the same team. So they know each other's tendencies. Like as you saw, like towards the end, you saw Henwan on the lower ramp just waiting for that push in the smoke because they knew that Fur might push through that smoke on lower ramp. So a lot of mind games here, and it just shows like it's harder to understand when
Yeah.
Well, I'll
from
end
the
this.
server.
So we have round 2 that you wanted to talk about. It's the eco round that Immortals wins over SK Gaming early on.
Yeah. So right, exec enter. All right, the Z hump smoke and the 2-3 train smoke. And actually, I think what loses the round, like the one thing, is Fur pushing through this 2-3 train smoke and giving up that AK. Right? 'Cause he knows they have the pistols. Like, why do you need to be closing the range, right? So this is maybe one situation where you don't absolutely need to be pushing up into the train yard, so might be a little questionable. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he's known for his aggression. He just gets a little bit out of control there, doesn't he?
I mean, it's like there's kind of a situation when you do want to push that smoke, and it's when you're pretty sure there's a very low amount of CTs back there, right? And they don't have that intel. They don't know that they've like gotten 2 kills really quickly. Right? If you get 2 kills really quickly and you're already back there, that's the point in time. But it was like you got 1 and it's been like 5 or 6 seconds, so there could be a whole horde of them, which there was.
Well, we have round 6 coming up now as well. Eric, is this one you?
Yeah, so right here you see Fur loves hiding that spot mid to kind of listen for people pushing E-box. And one thing that I noticed that you see Lucas play the Olaf spot, and he's going to peek without a flashbang. And later in the game, Immortals learns of that, and they actually pop flash. But right here you see SK about to come out ladder, and here's a pop flash. They know where it's hitting. They know if there's a person behind E-box, that flash is going to hit them right in the retinas, and they just run that person over, and then I'm just
teach him a lesson all in the same.
Teach him a lesson, you gotta pop flash sometimes, Jason.
You gotta pop flash all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Whenever you have one, really.
You like to.
Those are the kinds of things that those are the small fundamentals that come in every single round that makes them so consistent. So great bounce back from them. But this Immortals team, I mean, still, I think the takeaway, even with this 16-12 loss and that comeback, the Immortal team is picking up right where they left off at the major. This is going to be a scary squad this season.
Yeah, they'll definitely be making. I think they're going to make playoffs, and that major just helped them even more because you could see the confidence. They're not scared of SK, and it's going to be a big barn burner.
Now they have the stickers on their guns, right? That adds like 25 horsepower. So this round I wanted to talk about. So this is when Immortals knows that SK is going to have a bonus buy, I believe. All right, now what round is this?
This is round
20.
Okay,
20.
yes. So this is
21.
methodical pick play out of Immortals, and they end up getting a first pick, but then they kind of like stay around in T mid. You know, this is where you need to be upping the pace. So this is an IGL who needs to be like, all right, kills were found in certain areas of the map. And when your players are like, oh, yo, I killed E-Box, I killed Olaf, right? I killed the guy Sandwich. IGL needs to be like, all right, let's turn up the pace. Sun's out, guns out, but we're going to be running, right? You don't want to be pulling out the knife, but you want to be moving forward with the guns.
At least making progress, filling some of the space that you've created with those kills.
Yeah, you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to like jiggle around in T mid for another 20 seconds, so.
Yeah, I mean, it did seem like a little bit today, kind of like that first match of looking like we highlighted, that they just seemed to be a little bit behind. It's still getting back into the swing of things, I guess is the best way to put it, just a little rusty. Still impressive, obviously, but I mean, tough first half from them. They had 3 players like below 40 ADR. I think it was something like right around there. I think Lauders was pointing that out. You can't really win too many games like that, but SK managed to pull it back. One more round to highlight. I believe it's round 25.
So in this round, it's towards the end. As you see, they spot Cold Zero. They know he's behind them, and instead of playing the bomb, they're peeking them one by one. Just head one. You don't peek that angle, or at least have a tighter angle, so if you take a shot and fall back. Again, Bolt, it's planned for you. Play the bomb time. It's 13-11, a very important round, and you guys are just trying to one-on-one Cold Zero, one of the best players in the world. Just play off each other. Stay back, play the bomb. It's planted. Time's running down. That was just a boneheaded play by Immortals.
Use that bomb like a teammate.
Yeah, use that bomb like a teammate.
Every single one of those guys, right? Like the guy upper box hall could have shouldered it. Oh, he's there. I'm literally just going to hide. He has to run past me, go down lower ramp, tell the guy he's there. I mean, it's just like a cascade, and that's when you're just like, oh, come on, guys.
Well, a couple of exciting matches here that we just had between SK and Immortals. We had a couple matches earlier on that were just as exciting. If you missed those, want to watch the VODs, do it right here on this channel, youtube.com/ESLCS. You can find them all there. Also, where you're watching these games live. So definitely go ahead and check those out. Let's move on to the standings, because we saw them at the beginning of the day before all the matches started. We can check them out, see how things have shuffled, see how things have changed. And here we go. Optic Gaming still 4-0. They didn't play today. SK 4-2. They're still in that second spot. They've knocked out a good amount of games so far in this opening week. 6 for them so far. Misfits at 3-1. CLG also there. Complexity, 2 big wins over Rogue, Hiko's new team, up against his former organization. Yeah, it is a little bit surprising. Complexity catching him off guard. NRG is 2-0. Liquid is now 7th, 2-2. But still, this looks just about where it should be. I imagine we'll see Liquid and Immortals rise up as they get more games underneath them. Cloud9 as well, actually, down there at 12 with no wins. This is the EU division. FaZe Clan 4-1. They have that map they're going to have to finish up at a later date. That's about halfway finished. G2 Heroic going to follow that up. Fnatic, Envy, and Godsent rounding out that top 6. I guess the notable ones missing from that top 6 would be someone like Astralis. North, we haven't seen a whole lot of them yet. Big down at 1-4, which is surprising after their major run. And then Navi yet to play a game. Same with NIP, but still. Those are going to shift up.
Big are kind of like that team that are in it for the long con, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, we're trying out strats. You know, it's a long season. We want to make sure strats work because we know why they're working. You know, they're in it for the lands. They're in it for the big stuff.
Can't abuse a bug. Have to adjust. You know. This
is a recap of the day if you missed anything. 16-14 wins for Misfits over Luminosity on both maps, and then Immortals dumpstering SK on Cobble 16-8, but SK respond with a nice comeback 16-12 on Train. That was the mainstream. Complexity takes out Rug 16-9 and 16-7. Splice and Renegades exchange blowouts. 16-4 for Splice and then 16-1 for Renegades. Those aren't close matches whatsoever, are they?
Yeah.
That's a little lopsided.
Could have watched that one.
Would have been out here a little bit earlier, wouldn't we? If I think they actually ended like 20 minutes ago.
I don't ever want to leave you.
Yeah?
Never.
That's nice. Your collar's
is my mic on still? Oh, no, that was you that did that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, we'll get you all fixed up. Either way, none of this would be possible without Intel. So if you are a streamer, if you just like to play games, just want to improve the FPS, if you just want to have a better time playing video games, check out some of the Intel products that they have, some of the new Intel processors. Powerful stuff. I just got one of my own. It's quite nice. I quite enjoy it. Enjoy the fun of high-powered gaming.
It must be nice, Jason.
Yeah, I've also enjoyed the fact that you haven't been complaining about, like, oh, my FPS, or like, oh, it's stuttering. So I enjoy it too. So you could also have your friends enjoy you more by getting another Intel product.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like that.
That's a good point. Let's check out tomorrow's schedule. I think I skipped ahead a little bit. But either way, tomorrow's schedule, if you guys are going to tune in, or you definitely should tune in, Renegades taking on Immortals. We'll be able to check out the Australian team on the mainstream for the first time. And this is going to be a really good match. Team Liquid taking on CLG, two of the mainstays of North American franchises going head-to-head. And then Complexity taking on SK on the alternate stream, and Cloud9 taking on NRG, trying to get some wins on the board with that new roster. So some powerful, powerful games tomorrow. Any thoughts, boys?
I think it's a big, great games. Renegade's going to be the first time seeing them at least on the mainstream, and to see how powerful JKS and the boys from Aussie
will do. Their new import in Jay-Z Walkings? And as well, I want to talk about Liquid versus CLG. We're not going to even be able to have any excuses about roster changes. It's just going to be a pure CS
beautiful,
match.
Isn't it?
Yeah, there's not going to be any easy outs for them.
Yeah. Well, you hope so. We'll be able to find one. We'll be able to match that, I think.
Yeah.
Either way, that's going to be it for the night. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night for some more ESL Pro League action. That's it from us at the Xfinity Analyst Desk. Have a good night.
In and out.